Hi everyone, how are you? We welcome you all. So in last class electrostatics we discussed, no? In that we got one expression, that is electric field due to a point charge. Do you remember? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. If it is vector, q vector, here we get r cap. So this is electric field due to a point charge expression, well-known expression we discussed. Okay. So based on this, let us today's topic, let us discuss important aspects of electric field. So what are the important aspects of electric field? Students, we focus only on the concept. This and all, they will not be asking questions, but numerical can be asked, numerical problems can be asked. So understand the concept. If you understand the concept clearly, surely you can attend the numerical sums. Whether you are a state board student or NCERT students, you can attend it. So first concept, let us take the positive charge. Okay, this is a positive charge. We have taken a source as positive charge. Okay, consider this is the point P. Now, as I already told that for positive charge, electric field always acts. Yes, for positive charge, electric field will be acting radially outwards. Is it? Yes. For positive one. For positive charge, electric field acting outwards. See here, this is a positive charge. Okay. This is the electric field. See the direction of the electric field, it is pointing outward. Suppose if I take negative charge, so this is a negative charge. Now what happens? See, this is the point P. You see the direction of the electric field. So direction of the electric field is acting towards, that is inverse. It is called as radial inverse. So for negative charge, our electric field direction will be radial inverse. Okay, this is the first idea we got from the electric field. Is it? So for positive charge, electric field is acting radially outwards. If it is negative charge, the electric field is acting inverse. Keep this in mind. Okay. Okay. Now another question rises. Again, take this is the positive charge. Okay. Again, this is the point P. In the point P, as I already told that you take a source charge. Already we have this is source charge, test charge. Take the test charge Q0. Keep the test charge in the point P. Now can you calculate the force? Now can you calculate the force between these two? Yes, you can calculate. You know the formula very well. What is the basic formula for the electric field? E is equal to F by Q0. I think you remember, E vector is equal to F vector by Q0. Can you find F vector from this? Yes, good. What is F vector then? F vector is equal to Q0 E vector. See here for positive charge, if you keep a test charge Q0, we got the force as F vector equal to Q0 E vector. The direction is acting outwards. Okay, is it clear? Yes. If I take negative charge, again if I place the test charge Q0, what is the force? Same force you get. F vector is equal to, okay, Q0 E you get. But you see the direction of the electric field, the direction of the electric field acting inverse. Okay, so we have discussed based on the test charge. Based on the test charge, if you keep the test charge near the source charge, for the force we can. So two concepts we can follow this. Third one, again go to, we can call this mother formula. This is the mother formula for a point charge. I think you remember. Now we will discuss. E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square r cap. Is it? R cap is equal. This is the mother equation. You see here, whether we in this expression we have test charge, here. What is the test charge? Q0. Whether we have Q0 here? No, Q0 is not here. From that, it is clear that your electric field is independent of the test charge. Our electric field E vector is independent. That means it does not depend. Independent of test charge. Test charges of test charge. So test charge is not in the equation. So electric field does not depend on the test charge. Okay. So these are the three concepts, friends. Next one. This also, as I already told that what we have discussed. If you take the charge far away, electric field decreases. Is it? Yes. Similarly, take the test charge. Take the source charge, it's a positive charge. Plus Q, take it. Plus Q is the charge. Yes. This charge will give electric field around its space. In the space, you consider some point. Some point is nearer to the charge Q. Some point is far away. Some point is still far away, like that. So consider this charge Q. Consider one point P nearer to this charge. Consider another point Q far away to this charge. Consider another point R somewhat distant from this charge. You calculate the electric field at each point. Calculate the electric field. You see here, what is the magnitude of the electric field here? Yes, it is greater. Since the point P is closer to the charge, the electric field is greater at this point. E vector P is greater. See here, the point Q is far away. What about the magnitude of this electric field? Comparatively less. Is it? This is also nearer to this. So it will be greater. So it is clear that as we increase the distance, electric field decreases. So as distance increases, as we increase the distance, the electric field decreases. Okay. Yes, another question rises. But if I take negative charge, what happens here? Same pattern will be followed, but direction alone acting inwards. The direction of E vector will be acting inwards. This will be inwards since it take negative charge. Okay. So these are the some key points discussed in our state board student book. Okay. Similarly, I told test charge now. This test charge you should take it as a small one. You should not take a big test charge. Okay. So the test charge is this small. Usually we call the test as Q0 will always less than the point charge. Okay. Why we have to take test charge small? See here. Since it should not affect the source. Your source charge is Q. This will not be affected. You should take in such a way the test charge. Okay. Again our mother equation. What is the mother equation? E vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square R cap. Whether this equation is valid for all the charges? No. It is valid only for point charges. Then what about remaining charges? Volume charges, different. So for that we have some other technique. Surface integration, volume integration. Now we see it later. Okay. Now in 11th standard also studied. In magnetism was studied magnetic field lines. What about parallel lines and all? Similarly, in electric field also divided into two. One is your uniform electric field. What is it? Uniform electric field. Another one is non-uniform electric field. As you studied elaborately in 11th standard about vector. Okay, constant vector. And now stated similarly, this uniform electric field. What is uniform electric field? Very simple. If the magnitude is same, the direction is also same, then it is called uniform electric field. See here, same direction. See the arrow mark, direction is same. See the length, constant magnitude. Then it is called as uniform electric field. Similarly, for in space also electric field is distributed uniform. Then what about non-uniform electric field? See here, different direction. See that, okay. Magnitude also different. So here the direction is same, magnitude differs. Here see here, the direction differs, magnitude differs. Or both may be there. Both direction will differ or magnitude will differ, or any one can be differ. This is called non-uniform electric field. So a non-uniform electric field is the one in which we can tell which has different direction, different magnitude, or both will be different. Okay, just to take a screenshot of this.